Good morning, welcome to a new market update. Bitcoin is consolidating, but still I've decided to buy more crypto yesterday and I fully shared that strategy in the group beneath, which you can find in the description beneath. That's a platform where you can get educated, find fundamental reports, but also trade IDs, more educational material on the fundamental levels as well, and my full strategy in which I share all my trades. All can be found in the platform beneath, so definitely check it out. And today we're going to discuss why I decided to do that, and we're also going to discuss the price action of Bitcoin and Ethereum at this stage. Later today we'll be diving into my top altcoins for September, as probably Bitcoin will be having a relatively calm month of September, as in the history it has been a very calm month. For the Dutch people that are watching, later today I'll be on the radio, BNR, the first 25 minutes of the CryptoCast will be on the radio show of BNR at 3 p.m. And tomorrow, I guess, the overall podcast will be released on their YouTube and their Spotify channels. So definitely check it out, looking forward to that. So when we're looking at the price action of Bitcoin at this point, before we're deciding to discuss why I've bought more into crypto at this stage, is Bitcoin is still consolidating and not breaking above the crucial area to break. We have been going over and over on this topic, but we clearly stated that 51k is the level that Bitcoin has to break through. So 51k is a crucial area to break through. If that happens, we most likely are going into a new impulse wave, back into this range, back to 58k as first, and then probably a new all-time high. But at this stage, we can see that yesterday we tried to break to the upside, especially Ethereum was trying to do so, but we failed and we dropped back south. So I'll dive into the lower time frames in a little bit. But overall, the bearish divergence is still the case, but the corrective move is quite natural. We are consolidating rather than heavily correcting, meaning that the range that we are creating at this point, which is between 44 and 51, is probably the new range that the prices are going to act in. I'm not assuming that the market will see anything lower than 41 or 44k, and I think we are back into the super bull cycle, given the fact that during this consolidative period of Bitcoin, altcoins are popping left and right. So by that strength of, for instance, Solana and also Ethereum bouncing back up, I decided to swap more money into the cryptocurrency markets based on the Bitcoin pairs of those altcoins and some consolidation that they've shown on the sideways action as well in the USDT pairs. Through that, I think most of the players in the markets are looking for a retest at 39 or 41 to be getting into the markets again, while I think that 44 would already be a surprise, and I think that the best opportunity will not be given to the markets at all. That's why I also mean that once we test 51k again for after the consolidative period, most likely we will see a big short squeeze to the upside, given of stop triggers, FOMO, all that stuff. When we're looking at the lower time frames for Bitcoin, I just got a clean chart here in which we discussed the levels to watch, alright? So this entire region here that we have is support. We mentioned that before, and it got back towards that support once again. And as you can see during the update, we are granting ourselves a beautiful bounce back up. I decided to buy back into crypto around this level, as I thought we were bouncing from here, but also given the immense strength on Solana and some other projects yesterday. What do we see? Well, we still see lower highs. We do see multiple tests of support. Does mean that once we lose support over here at 46.6, I still believe we do a retest at 44. That's still unchanged. Levels on the upside that we have to crack through, I think the level that we have to pass through is still the one that we tested yesterday. As you can see, there's always multiple levels. So for instance, the bounce became from 47.6. We cracked 48.2, but we couldn't break the last lower high. So in that perspective, what we do want to crack is still this level around 48.2 to 48.1, but also this recent lower high. So the chances are there that we're going to have some construction and then break back up to the upside. Higher low created, and then we have foundation to continue to the upside. When we're looking at Ethereum against USDT, we can see that we're having massive strength overall. I'll just use a clean chart for this one, given the fact that I was anticipating such a corrective move to be happening. However, what we do see in this chart, and I'll just make it clean, is that we're constantly making higher lows, higher highs, right? So we do flip every previous level for support. Beautiful flip here at 3070. Beautiful flip here as well at 3160. And we do have the chances of finally cracking above 3400, through which the bearish divergence got invalidated and a hidden bullish divergence was created. So yesterday at 32 I decided to buy back into Ethereum, and I'm currently up 5%. I'm going to close this, of course, if the construction is going to flip the other way around. But at this point it's showing much strength. And why did I decide to get back into Ethereum against and not having Bitcoin, for instance? Well, Ethereum is following the scenario here against Bitcoin. What does it mean? Well, we rejected at resistance while we found support at this green zone again. And complete mayhem is happening outside. But we're looking at a support level here that is great. And we are bouncing back up, meaning that potentially Ethereum against Bitcoin has found its bottom in the Bitcoin pair, through which continuation to the upside can be happening here. So I was watching this level. We flipped that as support. And Solana actually showed strength, and some other projects started to break out heavily too. So from that ID, I decided, yes, let's go. We are in support. I want to buy back here. I was looking for a lower correction here towards 0.6. Didn't really happen, so I decided to pull the trigger. So long as this level around 0.65 holds for support, I think we are ready for a new impulse wave on Ethereum against Bitcoin, and we might be facing a run towards all-time highs. Another one that I decided to buy back into was Atom. And that is not based on this low here, as I decided to buy around 20 bucks. I decided to buy back into the Bitcoin pair, as the Bitcoin pair is eager to break out of this consolidative accumulation range it has been acting in for 2 years. So what did I look at for the entire structure? Well, I was looking at this slight flip in this level, and we held there, so I made the trigger. I bought there as well. As you can see that with many altcoins, those flip of those order blocks are happening on and on. And especially when you look at the daily structures of the altcoins against Bitcoin, and that's not only Cosmos, that's many altcoins, they flip back above the 100-day and 200-day MA, and they are ready to break out of the accumulation range that they are facing. What should be your focus right now if you want to buy back into the markets? I think it's layer 1 and layer 2 solutions, and I think it's also a portion of the older coins. Later today I'll be discussing my top 5 altcoins that I'll be looking at for the month of September. But I think the market is going to be heating up for the big breakout to the upside, while Bitcoin is consolidating, as that's the best period for altcoins. Don't forget to subscribe beneath, follow me on Insta, like the YouTube video, and I'll see you again tomorrow.